Sunspots, Chapter 3, Restless Road of Recovery. The ethereal maid flicked her misty gaze over to the out-of-breath individual in front of her, a royal guard disguise dropping from the brown earth pony's body.
Emissary!
She waited, having learned long ago that silence was both more powerful and manipulative than a hasty phrase.
Some hippogriff arrived yesterday, a doctor. He cured the princess, but I'm not sure how long he's sticking around. Apparently he's the one helping manufacture the cure. That's all I could discover.
A soft, annoyed hiss left the emissary's muzzle, the mist flowing off of her slim frame increasing slightly as the mare's fangs showed over her lips briefly.
A setback. But this is only the first wave. Am I correct to assume that you had the foresight to place a bounty on him? Yes, emissary. Are there any takers?
The stallion nodded, retrieving the scroll from a small satchel around his neck.
Almost an immediate response, since I made sure the price was high. A team is nearby and will take care of the matter within a day or two. Good. I'm glad to see my expectations of you were not misplaced. You're free to go until tomorrow. Good work.
As the pony trotted off, the emissary's eyes narrowed, a slight smirk meandering onto her features.
If this is indeed the troublesome individual with a cure formula, his death will make our job much easier.
A pleasant hum in her mind indicated to the mare that her master thought the same, their presence then retreating to observe.
You cured our target and she's alive. But can you keep her that way?
Wakefulness spread through Celestia's frame with a warm glow, the alicorn snuggling deeper into the bed as a yawn left her muzzle. Her sides rose and fell evenly, a slight ache the only reminder of her previous ailments. Blinking sleepily, Celestia looked around. The alicorn was still in the semi-sterile atmosphere of the doctor's lab as plastic sheeting greeted her view. "Ah, the sun rises," Dr. Borealis quipped, prompting a tired huff at the bad joke from the alicorn. "Easy now, you've been asleep for over a day. Thankfully, that has gotten you out of the danger zone. I think you're fine going back to the castle, provided you stay secluded from any other infected individuals." Celestia let out a groan, trying to sit up.
Thank you, Doctor, but I...
The alicorn still lay on the bed, eyes widening in surprise.
I appear unable to move.
The hippogriff let out an interested huff, trotting over to check her vitals and give another injection of the booster. Interesting, but not unexpected. That should pass. It's your body rebooting your magical pathways, more or less. Give it a minute or two. Celestia let out a soft grunt, her body not wanting to respond to any of her desired movements.
I take it I'm cured? I don't remember anything after inhaling that powder.
She mused. Nakao nodded. That is correct, and you've recovered faster than I anticipated. I think you'll be able to move back to your own room shortly. It has been refitted to be as sterile as can be. From what I've managed to gather, you should be immune, but I'd rather not take any chances until my tests are complete. The magical matrix I'm using to run scenarios and scans should finish within a few days. Celestia nodded, finding now that she could lever herself up slightly.
Ow! Stiff.
She hissed, settling upright with a happy sigh.
Oh, and I can breathe. That is quite nice.
You sound better too, a bit more relaxed, Nakao remarked, not missing the extremely slight blush that ran across Celestia's cheeks ever so slightly, as though the ruler just realized the fact herself.
Yes. I do believe I owe you a great deal of thanks, Dr. Borealis,
she replied, her calm and collected mask settling back into place. Well, you are most welcome. I'm just glad I could help. However, just Nakao, please. I'm not in doctor mode, at least not fully. I'm just making sure a patient is comfortable. The hippogriff replied, Celestia nodding.
An interesting name.
I like it, even if it is a bit odder than some. He replied, seeming to hesitate slightly. Princess, I feel as though I should level with you. Nakao sighed, running a set of claws through his green and cream head feathers. It is somewhat my fault you were sick. I was tasked by the First Wisher to stop this group from spreading the pathogen. In that, I failed, but only partially. Celestia's eyes widened, the ruler gesturing to the hippogriff with a hoof.
Partially. I'm rather intrigued, Nakao.
The hippogriff sat on a nearby bench, a slight frown dawning on his beak. When we discovered this group, they were planning on spreading the disease. We knew it had to be neutralized. They were sneaky, hoarding the compound in a few select locations for refinement and dispersal. What I didn't realize was that agents were already in cities with small unrefined amounts. Nakao explained, gesturing to a few vials of the cure on a nearby counter. What we did succeed in doing was preventing an organized dispersal and halted their purification and modification process. The disease as it stands isn't changed much from the Dragonland strain. They were trying to make it much, much nastier. In this, we succeeded in halting it for now, and I managed to destroy the majority of their supply. But I clearly failed in preventing the outright spread of it, and for that, I am sorry. The hippogriff sighed, ears flat against his skull. His words prompted a slight huff from Celestia, the ruler's eyes scanning over him curiously.
I'd say you did your best. The fact that you saved my life speaks volumes about your intentions, so I don't think an apology is warranted. But still, thank you.
She then paused, ears flicking upright in curiosity.
Now that you mention it, what is the First Wisher like?
Nakao immediately chuckled, waving a set of claws with a shake of his head. Oh, he would not like me saying much. But I suppose I can tell you the basics. He just wants to help creatures. I think he and Commander Sans would get along swimmingly. At least from what I know about that pony. He's old, very old. I honestly don't know the exact number. That said, he's rather quirky, but kind. Far from perfect, but means well. That's all I can really say. Celestia hummed, slowly standing on her hooves.
He doesn't sound like that bad of a creature, not at all. Perhaps someday I'll be able to thank him for the work he's done.
Perhaps. But now let's get you to your room. Can you take a few steps, please? Nakao asked, watching as Celestia moved slowly. Good. I've instructed your doctors on a few things. They'll deliver the booster shots every few hours. As for you, rest, rest, and more rest. Celestia managed a soft chuckle, limbs moving despite feeling like they were encased in stone.
No complaints there. Thank you again, Nakao.
She remarked, then spied a rather colorful creation on the counter.
Wait, are those Pagos? Is that a ship?
She asked, prompting a slight embarrassed huff from the hippogriff, as Celestia took a closer look at the creation. It is an advanced plastic brick interlocking system that is perfect for making models. He grumbled, and saw Celestia's side shake with barely contained laughter, violet eyes widening with surprise and mirth. But yes, it's a ship built out of Pagos. I love those things. It's just a simple creation. Hey, I see that look! Nakao remarked, gesturing to a legionnaire with an accusing claw. Oh, get stuck in a cave for a month with nothing to do, and you'll find those little bricks are a lifesaver.
You got stuck in a cave filled with Pagos?
Celestia asked, the pair stepping through the portal as Nakao watched her carefully. Pagos, rations, and about a pallet's worth of woodcarving magazines. In short, yes, but that's a tale for another time, I think. Let's get you to your room. No heavy activity, but reading political reports should be fine. He instructed, Celestia nodding gratefully.
Understood, Nakao. Perhaps you'd like a tour of the castle while I'm recovering? I do hope you plan on staying local. We could use the help.
A tour? Well, I suppose that'd be fine. And I do think I will be here for a time. Enough creatures need my assistance as it is. As the pair separated, Celestia paused, a gentle smile edging onto her features briefly.
Thank you again, Nakao. I certainly won't forget your kindness.
The hippogriff's beak opened, words seeming to be on the tip of his tongue. A flurry of emotion swam through his ocean blue eyes, but the doctor finally bowed his head briefly, managing a simple smile. You are most welcome. I'll check up on you later, Highness. I mean, you can't blame him. If he's gonna be stuck in a cave for a long time, he might as well have something fun to do. Anywho, let's get on to our geniuses of donators. Top donators: Jessie Smith, Zar630, BadassWaffle, Only One Thing, Ceru, Orion, and Caladis. Matchvic, Jock, Luciisu, Darkside, Rayden, Runescythe, Will, Twinkie, Luigi, Chancer Crust, Big Smoke, Murder Princess, Little Mighty, Solar Symphony, and many more fantastic people. Thank you all so much for watching this video and live life to the fullest.